So with that, I'm going to bring up our panelists. Help me welcome to the stage Amir Kakovich, Marissa Lehigh. I call everyone by their first name. And Tom, and he has a last name, Dave's first name. Tom, get Tom up here. Coming up here, guys. Good to see you guys. Oh, man, come on up here. Here, you come over here. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Oh, I'm in the middle?
Yes, you're in the middle.
Oh, that's right.
A rose with two thorns. All right. So, you know, funny thing, I've known Marissa for years, and I did not know she sold at such a high level. She just never talks about it. Me, I'm like, I sold 8 homes last week. You know, I'm like, I get all fired up and will tell you. She's just never said a word. And I find out she's an absolute superstar. I don't know how that slipped by. Okay, so real quick, we're going to have you say, you know, we're going to do rapid fire these first ones. What year did you start in real estate?
1977, before you all were born. Woo!
That might be true.
2017.
Nice.
I'm a newbie-ish.
Nice.
I was 3 years old when Tom started his business. Started 2005 myself. I did actually real estate for 2 years in Germany when I lived in Germany. A little bit different than U.S.
Awesome. Love it. We'll go back to you, Amir. How many homes did you sell your first year in real estate?
First year, 15 for half year. So seven months, actually. 15.
Nice. 15 and 7 months. That's pretty impressive.
12.
12. Good.
25.
25. Outstanding. Okay. And then how about 3 to 5 years later? You kind of figure out real estate. You're going through it. How many homes were you selling a year 3, 4, 5 years later when you kind of found your stride?
60 homes a year.
I bounce between 25 and 32.
Nice. Nice.
I was part-time agent between 2005 and 2011, and I was closing between 15 to 17 consistently. Yeah, first year was good, but then 15 to 17. Until I actually hired a coach. And first year with the coaching, $1,500 a month, I closed 51 that year. Yeah, 51. So the coaching, I mean, for example, the Tiger Woods have a coach, and he plays better than him, but he still have a coach.
Nice, nice. So we're going to get to coaching, but I can't, since you brought it up. I mean, $1,500 a month, that'll make you like, can I afford it? He couldn't afford not to, right? 15 to 20 and 51. Did he get his money's worth? And so you got 18-year-olds dropping $50,000 a year on college for the next 4 years. They'll put $200,000 into coaching college professors, educating them to become a marketable product to go get a job making 60, 70, 80,000 a year. They'll drop 200,000. How about you? What will you invest in yourself the next 4 years? 200,000? Kids with acne are doing that. Right? Come on, right? And like, well, how would I do that? That's the question. How can I invest in myself? Because you invest in yourself, you go to the next level like these 3 superstars. Okay, next question. What was your best annual income? I will make you go last. I'm going to start with you. Your best year income-wise. Best year.
Best year.
Yeah.
385,000.
Almost 400. Give her a hand. I mean, that's pretty. Let me ask you a question. How many jobs are out there that are 385,000 a year, right? And right now, I remember when I made 393,000, I was so excited because I realized I didn't know anything. I realized there's so much room to go north. And as this market breaks loose, you will be $700,000 to $1 million a year. Absolutely going to happen. For sure. She believes it, right? And so if you guys get good now, you like that English? Get good now. Get good now. When the market gets better, you're going to be flying like we just did for the past 11 years. And you can buy real estate. You can literally prepare yourself for retirement in like 5 to 7 years. You can do it. This can be done. Amir, best year in income-wise?
870. But let me add to it. Guess how much taxes I paid that year? Guess? 500. I paid 0. A legal way. Yeah, legal way, because I can go more into it, but you can set up defined benefit plan plus qualified 401k. You deduct your 401k, so you pay 0 to the Uncle Sam, but you pay for your own 401k. Why do you think Trump never released his taxes?
By the way, if you see these guys when you can, I'd be like, oh, I want to have coffee or grab breakfast or lunch, and give it some time if you all go to them next week, right? But like, don't be a chicken. Like, call them in November or October and go, man, is there any time in the next month or two we could grab a cup of coffee or meet for lunch or breakfast? I did that with Leonard Fazio, selling 600 homes a year. He goes, sure. I spent an hour with him. He spoke for an hour to 1,200 people, but I spent an hour with him having lunch, asking him one-on-one questions that answered my questions. Do you think I benefited from that? Nobody else in the audience did that. I offered that years ago at Paramount Mortgage, and one guy in the audience took me up on it. I said, no, don't take me up on it. And I killed it. Paramount hugged me like, that was the most incredible thing. I was just on fire that day. I had my Wheaties. And it was John. John Jennings walked up to me with Valerie and go, hey, are you serious? And did we start hanging out every month? He ran Purple Bricks in Sacramento. He'd list 120 homes a year with his wife, Valerie, and they had 5 agents. He's like, I'm not coming to EXP. I go, man, that's fine. It's about our families, man. And we hung out month after month after month after month after month. Did I ever bring up EXP? Nope. Did I just help you? Yeah. And that's what life is, you guys. We help, love, support. That's what today is about. But today, how is your things going better today? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. How many homes did you list last month?
Woo!
Now, that was only because he went to lunch with me. I'm kidding. I had nothing to do with that. I was just hanging out, being a friend. But he met people, and he's taken his business to the next level, and he's invested in coach. By the way, he's hiring a new coach. How much is it a month for your new coach? The new coach? 600?
6,000.
Oh, 6,000. Just want you to think differently. I want you to think differently. What if you invested at that level in your business? Do you know there's people who sell 1,000 homes a year, 1,600 homes a year, 26? I don't know. I don't want to do that. I would be so busy. When I was selling 55 homes a month, I'd go into office at 10, leave at 2, and work Monday through Thursday, or Tuesday through Thursday. Everyone's like, you must have been so busy. When I was busy was when I was you. When I was just chasing my tail, showing property in West Sac, run down to Elk Grove, run up to Folsom, over to Carmichael. Can I run up to Yuba City? I guess I could do Yuba City. And that was just, and then it was noon. Right? But we want you to learn how to be successful. Then we're going to teach you about leverage, which is going to come up here. Best year ever.
In 2012, I hooked up with Blackstone Private Equity, and I sold them 600 homes, individual homes. GCI was 2.5 million. My net was 1.2 million.
Give them a hand. Pretty good. So these guys are making pretty much almost 400 to 1.2 million net a year, and they're going to teach you today. So that's really cool. So here's one of my favorite questions. We're just going to get right to it. You know the market we're in. It's the same nationwide. It's the same everywhere. Lack of inventory, housing prices hanging in there, so no one feels like it's a crash. But it's tougher than 08, 09, 010, 11. So if you had to start over from scratch and parachute into, say, Phoenix, Arizona, or Dallas, or Charlotte, North Carolina, or Orlando, Florida, what would you do to get going and to get up and running quickly?
Knock on doors. Knock on doors. And right now, there is a better ROI than ever for knocking on doors. Who would think? I mean, we've got GPCT, chat, whatever it is. We've got Instagram, TikTok, all those things. But knocking on doors is a higher ROI. So that's what I do.
That's good. Thank you. I was not expecting that. Were you guys? I've never knocked on a door, ever. I was like, I ain't doing that. But you know what? I would if I had to. A lot of people, I would never do open houses. That's totally what I did. Go ahead.
I knock on a lot of doors. In fact, I knock on your listing doors and finding out he's listing it.
So you're a door knocker too?
When I want to be, I jump out and knock, yeah.
Like how many homes do you knock on? Like if you do it 10 homes, 20 homes?
Sometimes, yeah.
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 And you do it each week or every once in a while?
Yeah, every once in a while if I'm looking for something.
All right. So what would you do? You parachute into
So
Phoenix?
I would, depending on the community that I'm moving into, right, to a community, I would get into a community group, find out who's the movers and shakers, who's important, because it's a human relationship industry that we're in, and go from there. That's what I would do.
So when you say
So I would establish myself in that first.
Okay.
Is that the wrong answer?
No, there's no wrong answer.
Then knock on doors.
You guys, who thinks there's a wrong answer here? There's no
I'm not
wrong
knocking on doors because I don't know the community.
answer. I've never done it either, but when you said meet the movers and shakers,
Yeah, who's
I tend to think
important?
of real estate agents, but I think you're talking about builders and developers, or
Builders,
who are you-
developers, city managers, nonprofit organizations, because those people who know people, and connect.
This is so cool. Like, I've never door knocked and I've never networked, ever done either one of these. And this is what they would tell you to do. It's amazing. There's so many ways to approach this business. Amir, thank you.
Two things what I don't do: door knocking and cold calling. With all respect. With all respect. So if I get parachuted to Phoenix, I would go to a website what everybody knows. It calls Zillow.com. Find for sale by owners. I assume in Phoenix probably 30 to 40 for sale by owners right now. I will call them and say, hey, I saw you selling your house. I'm a real estate agent. I apologize. You probably got a million calls from other real estate agents. Do I have your permission to bring 50 to 60 buyers next coming weekend? And I shut up using the NLP technique. So they say, no, that's fine. I have 27 more for sale by owners. I can do only one at a time. If you say no, I will call other 27. That's your chance to do it now or never, right? And then out of 27, actually, I tested in LA market, for example. We called 10, you get 6 yeses. It's extremely high conversion because they're getting bombarded with the phone calls from other agents. You know, they lying, they have a buyer. I'm promising in writing, I will bring 50 to 60 buyers this coming weekend. If I don't bring you 50 buyers, I'll give you $500 gift card, Starbucks gift card, or whatever you want. And then I'm not asking for the listing. I'm asking for permission to bring 50 to 60 buyers.
So are you doing an open house at their house?
I'm doing the USA Home Bids, the online bidding platform, which will bring in my open house, it's about 150 to 180 a weekend. I don't promise 150 because I'm not familiar with Phoenix. I will offer minimum 50 and minimum 5 offers. And that's no way, if you do the marketing correctly, you cannot get a minimum 50. And then even if you don't sell that house, you have 50 buyers face-to-face, door knocking, you will take a lot of time to get 50 buyers face-to-face.
I've done some of your open houses. Did you know this?
Okay, good. How many people came?
A lot. It's overwhelming.
So 50 is underestimate, but to be on the safe side, 50. Keep in mind, so you have to position yourself in the shoes of the other person, in this case, seller, right? So they're getting bombarded with phone calls from other agents. Everybody's saying, hey, I have a buyer, I have this and that. You're the only one who called and said offering 50 to 60 buyers this coming weekend. I'm not even asking for the listing.
You're just helping them. What's the name of that? The
USA Home Bids.
USA Home Bids. Everyone's writing that down. You guys are like me. You said that quick. Yeah.
The second thing I would do, actually, I would call expired listings in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I would knock on doors because people are home.
You guys should get a seat and sit outside his office and watch him call people for listings, for buyers, agents.
Next to his office, and that guy calls all day long.
Yep, he's just
3 hours a day. And I caught Brent walking down the hall. I said, come in here, come in here. He came in. We got a team leader on the phone, and Brent convinced him to come to build, right?
Yep.
Now he joined EXP.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Brent is, loving and giving, and he's here to help. So,
That's awesome. That's
thanks,
awesome.
brother.
By the way, our new office is opening up here in Roseville, bigger than this entire area. 17 offices, multiple glass conference rooms, art restoration, hardware, furniture. It's going to be a flagship Class A space view this year. It's going to be amazing in January. So you're all welcome to come work out of there. I don't care if you're from Lions, Remax, Coldwell Banker, EXP. You come work out of my office if you want and get around champions that are doing it. Because I remember, you ever go down to your office like there's nobody there? There's no mojo. How important is mojo, baby, right? Come on. Who wants to? I got goosebumps. I'm going to bottle up mojo. Right? I'm telling you what, you become like, you want to sell, get around people who are selling. So I would have had something totally different, but it's so amazing. There's so many ways to do this. So cool. Okay, next question is, I'm going to start here. You were kind of about, how important is it to get a coach? And by the way, there are coaching programs at $100 a month, $200 a month. Start where you got to start. But how important do you feel it is to have a coach, or should they just go it alone?
It's tantamount. It is so important. In fact, I have 3 different coaches. I have a sports coach for cycling, and then I also have a business coach for business, and then I've got my pastor who's a coach. So it's tantamount.
That's awesome. You forgot your fourth coach,
And I got Brent.
your golf coach.
I got my golf coach right here.
He's better. Yes.
Me?
How important is coaching?
I don't have a coach.
So you don't have to have a coach, but do you feel it's important
I
at all?
have collaborators. I
You have
have
collaborators.
agents that I work
That's fine.
closely with that we bounce ideas off of. We call each other when we're in a pinch and a need. Maybe thinking about taking a different approach.
Are these agents successful at real estate?
Yes.
Yeah. Debbie Austin, Keller Williams, love her. Love. Get around Debbie Austin. She's from Keller Williams. An amazing woman. Good dear friend of mine. Darcy Stratton, EXP superstar.
She's one of
Marissa.
mine.
She's
Yep.
one. Darcy
Yep.
Stratton's one of
Yep.
your girls?
Yep.
See, you got to have a posse. Who has a posse? Come on. You got to get your crew.
And all my girls texted me today saying, good luck. You know, it's all about that support. So.
Who are some of your inner circle, some of these women
Cindy
names?
Silva,
Cindy Silva.
Darcy Stratton,
Darcy Stratton.
Tyler Chicarat. Let's see, I'm going to be missing people.
That's okay. It's not like 15 people. It's usually 2, 3, 4 running partners, right? You just feed off each other. Does it
Yeah.
help having them as buddies?
Yes, and
Yeah.
Tom is going to be my new buddy. I asked him out for coffee, actually. He hasn't gotten back to me yet.
No pressure. Tom, are you going to have coffee with Marissa?
Yes, he is. He
That's
is.
awesome. But she's being intentional. You can get around anyone you set your mind to, right? You ought to get to know that man right there, David Palmas. You know, get to know him. He's an amazing guy. Amir.
You didn't ask me for coffee.
I know, I want to.
I spent over $200,000 in coaching over time. 200,000. So Kobe Bryant had a coach. Tiger Woods. David needs a coach for chess coach probably to try to beat me in chess. So everybody needs a coach if you want it to come to the next level. It's most people are in a comfort zone in their own box and they're comfortable in the box and they don't want to get out of the box, right? And if you're not getting out of the box, you're not moving forward. Brent has a coach. He doesn't need a coach, you will think, but he has a coach because everybody needs a coach.
Yep. Lots of coaches like Tom. Yeah, we could go on and on. I'm counselors, marriage coach. I've probably been to marriage counseling more than all of you. I need a lot of help. Anyways, and it's not my wife, it's me, okay? I get that. I need help. Real quick, how important is, do you know that I read an article about the 6 fears of agents in this market? And number 2 was the fear of failure. Like, I don't want to look bad. I don't want to look stupid. I want to embarrass myself. I don't quite know what to say, so therefore I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to say something foolish. How important is being willing to fail, scuff up your knees, face plant in a mud puddle, like just to choke and say stupid things? How important is failing to succeeding?
Well, we all have we all have fears. I have fears. We all do. And so, and I collaborate. I talk to the top agents in the country, just like Brent does. And you know, there's 3 mistakes that we all see that agents are making. Number 1 is they're not committed. Just like Brent says, are you committed? Yeah, let's go, right? Get committed. Number 1, they're not
what I look
committed.
like?
That's how he does it. Yeah.
That was good.
Number 1, not committed. Be committed. And then number 2 is not doing the right activities. You know, our job description is lead generation, lead follow-up, setting and going on appointments, writing contracts, and then practice and role play. They all need to be in your calendar, right? So that's the second mistake agents don't that they make. And then the third is an accountability partner. I mean, it is just huge how that's helped me to the next level. Because, yeah, there's days that we all get up, we don't want to do it. But just like the cold plunge, we don't think about it, we don't negotiate. Do it, just do it.
Good, very good. How important is failure, Marissa?
Thank you. Spoiler alert, it will happen. So if you're scared of it, it's going to happen. So you can't be scared of it. I love failure because I feed from it. I use it as my strength to continue, okay? You're going to fail. You're going to feel dumb. You're going to get a big fat no, which means there's a yes coming around the corner. So yes, failure is an important part of being successful, to get where you need to go. You can't know what the top is until you know what the bottom is. Okay? We be failing.
It's good.
And then we be rising. Yes, Amir? Yes. Okay.
I survived the war in Bosnia. So when you survive the war, so what can be worse than if somebody says no on the call for sale by owner? Or you lose the 5 listings at the same time? Yeah. What's the worst what could happen to you, right? So I moved to Germany, escaping the war with $50 in my pocket, and I was homeless for 7 days. What could be worse losing the listing? Right, and I moved here, and then what I did, I actually spent my $50 buying books to learn German, while other people are just laughing at me. Why the heck you're not paying for food for the books, right? So education is the most important. Education is something what nobody can take out of your head. And then when I moved here as a war refugee, right, in the U.S. I had to start from beginning. So in Germany I had to learn German. Now I have to learn a new language, English, and from scratch, right? And then I bought my first house, and I started real estate and stuff. In 2011 hit, I filed bankruptcy. I lost it all. I was over $1 million in negative equity. Since 2011, fast forward to today, I have good business going on. I invested over $30 million in real estate portfolio. So you can, like you said, you can fail, but you go up as well. So if you're on the bottom, you cannot go deeper. You are in the floor. I mean, unless you go under. But yeah, don't do that. But you go up. So now with a failure, you will get. I own my business, brokerage, and I got sued because one of my agents dated her client. At that time, Tom and I had a transaction, and that was good timing to join EXP. But you will get hits. You're getting hits, like you will get knocked down, but not knock out, right? So if you stay laying on the floor, you knock out, but you get up, always get up. For example, this year, I turned 50, and then, yeah, thanks. I never swam more than a quarter mile and never run more than 6 miles. So I said, let's push myself. Let's get out of this box, like I was explaining. You have to get out of the box and start calling or start door knocking, even though if you hate it. And then I signed up for the Ironman. I just finished my first Ironman, actually second one, and I'm doing full now, full. And I don't know if I can finish it. But the loss is if you don't do it. How many of you have a fear of public speaking? Anybody? Can you come up here and tell us more about it? No, just kidding. No, just kidding.
She's willing to. Yeah. I like that.
If you have a fear of public speaking, join Toastmasters. Toastmasters will help you get out of public speaking fear within 6 months. So this is getting out of your box, comfort box.
I love it.
Hopefully I
That was
explained.
fantastic. All three of you are really good. Steve Hillier, when you got into real estate many years ago, you had a cushy management job, benefits. Who was it that talked you into quitting that job and going for 100% commission? You. It was me. So fast forward 15 years later, I'm on a listing appointment. I got 18 listings, maybe 25. I'm just kind of getting lazy, kind of like, and I lost this listing. And you learn from your failures. And so you always want, if the buyer buys with Coldwell Banker and not with you, or with RE/MAX and not with you, or Keller Williams and not with you, always say, man, I'm so excited for you, right? And you're not. You're like, I just lost money. I can't work with them. It feels bad. But no, you need to be excited for them. They got a home for their family. Somebody was able to help them and you weren't. And go, hey, I just want to learn. Congratulations. But this is how I provide for my family. Is there anything I could have done differently that RE/MAX agent did or that Century 21 agent did that I didn't do? So I know we were working together, but you ended up buying through them, which is great. But I really want to grow. I'm just humbling myself. Can you give me some advice? And they will tell you. And don't argue with it, right? Are you with me? Yeah. Do a forensic audit of your failures. So I went on this listing. I didn't get it. You go, hey, Brent, just let you know, we really liked you. We ended up a bunch of brokerages. You were our second choice. Have you ever had that one? And you're like, yahoo, I love being number 2, right? And I said, okay. I says, well, congratulations. I said, hey, I say the same thing every time. I'm super excited for you. You found an agent you really is going to help you get the job done. I just want to learn and grow. It's how I provide for my family, my kids. what was it that agent did? He was an independent brokerage, some independent broker guy. I'm a Remax guy. I can't believe he beat me. And I was, not really like that. But I'm like, what was it he did that I didn't do? Like, why did you choose him over me? Is that a good question to ask? And they told me. They said, look, we interviewed 5 companies, and some of them came with their laptops, and they were in suit and tie, and their briefcase, and this and that, and their tablets and all that. And they go, you were really good, and so was he. But the reason we chose him, not only was he personable like you, but he literally looked at us and said, I want this listing so bad, I can taste it. You say jump, I say how high. I can guarantee you nobody's going to outwork me. I'll turn over every rock, every leaf. I will sell this home. I will get it done. Give me a chance. He goes, did you do that, Brent? I'm like, And so I went, oh, and I go, by the way, what brokerage was it? They go, New Vision Realty. I go, what agent? They go, Steve Hillier. I go, that little sucker beat me. I jump him into real estate. And he didn't know I was one of the people being interviewed. I didn't know it was one of him because I'd have trashed him hard. No, but I'm just telling you, learn from your mistakes. The funny thing is, the next 15 listings I went on, I want this listing so bad I can taste it. You say jump, I say how high. I promise you nobody wants it worse than me. I will outwork every agent in town. I've networked with about 80 of the top agents in the area, blah, 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 blah. And I go, give me a chance. And they're like, okay, here, where do we sign? I got like the next 12 listings in a row. Write this down, ready? The key to making it right now is energy. Like, are you just showing up and showing property and burping from your big gulp? Oh, I went to Starbucks and had a latte and a sausage McMuffin. I'm kind of sleepy now. Like, how is your energy? The public, the community will respond to your energy. Well, I'm not like you. I can't do that. Well, you better dial it up. You better, do what you got to do to pick it up. People respond to it. Do you believe that? I promise you. And they have it in spades. So great job, guys. Okay.
Brent, let me just add a few things. So let's say if you a failure, right? So if you have to call 100 agents, 100 for sale by owners or expires, for example, and you get one listing, let's say hypothetically, and one listing is $20,000 commission, which means 20,000 divided by 100 is 200. So that's the best way how to overcome this the rejection, right? If I talk to the seller and seller say, no, I don't want to list your house with you. Thank you very much for $200. I call somebody else. You don't want to list with, thank you very much for $200 because I know if I call 100 of them, I will get $20,000. So any no is closer to yes. I just need to call, and you have to know your numbers. It's very hard to run the business without knowing the numbers. You need to know how much is your return on your investment, on your time. And not only time, but if you're doing mailers, for example.
Yeah, I love it. And some of you right there are going, okay, well, they can do it. Cool European accent, right? Beautiful, gorgeous, right? Machine, cyborg, boom, 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 calling. Like, that's not me. I go, be you. Be authentically you. People will fall in love with you, man. You don't have to be any one of these 3. Be you with authenticity. Don't you like people who are being real? You ever go in a car lot and it feels funny? And the other day I just bought a car for my daughter, a Ford Bronco. She's moving to Montana. So I got her a 4-wheel drive and she's going to go get a cowboy. Anyways, we won't talk about that. 24, she is available. She's gorgeous, blonde hair, blue eyed. See me afterwards. I have pictures. She's beautiful. Going to get her married. It's going to happen, okay? If you're watching this, I'm sorry. Now, okay, so just kidding. She's fine. She would die right now. She would, but that's my job as a dad. Okay, so back to you guys. We're going to open it up for Q&A in about 10, 15 minutes. So write down some doozy of a question. So the Q&A is going to kill this thing, rip the cap. But what are the biggest aha moments you've ever had in real estate? Like I shared one with mine with Steve Hillier. I wasn't showing up with energy. I was showing up with a good B+, A-, but I brought my big game after that, and it just mowed them down. But biggest aha moment, what was it? Let's hear it.
That you can kill your momentum and don't ever do that.
Oh, that's good. So if you have the big mo, ride that baby, right? Ride that wave. Momentum is
Never stop.
hard to catch, easy to lose. And so I take it you had momentum and then you let it go and then you had to recreate it?
I
Is that
didn't
it?
understand the process of momentum and how much it's important. Leveraging, listing turns into buyers who turn into listings, you just can't stop it. You got to keep it going.
Very good. Write this one down. Listings have babies.
Yes,
Right?
and those babies have babies.
Yes.
And
you
they're
want a lot of
babies.
babies. Go ahead.
I talk to their kids and I give them my business card because they're going to buy a house too. They might only be 7, but
You're
they
patient.
will.
You're
They will.
patient.
They're really patient. They walk around with it. Like, put that in your pocket.
I was in the spa this morning with my 9-year-old son. He saved up $15,000 digging ditches and serving sushi at Mikuni's. He went from his ditch job to Mikuni's, loves it. Him is rolling with taro. He said, I don't know, a few times. But he saved 15 grand. Is that good? I said, okay, Ty, he's been investing 5,000 of it in the stock market. And if he gets a 10% return, how much is that a year? Anybody know? $500, and he's risking 10 grand. And he goes, well, Dad, I'm going to put 100,000 in the stock market and make 10 grand. I go, Ty, well, how about you put 40,000 down on a house, buy a $400,000 home, it goes up 10% one year, and you make 400,000, and you put in 400. It's not at risk. Houses will pull. They do this. They grow, pull back, grow, pull back, grow, pull back. So they name a house that went to zero. Impossible. I can name 1,000,000 stocks that went to zero. And he goes, I go, you're risking 100 grand for $10,000. How about put in 40 with no risking, guaranteed? I go, you got to buy a house now. Start at 19 or 20. You'll own it at 49 or 50. Nobody had to talk to me. And he's like, I get it, Dad. Let's go buy a house. I'm like, you better make some more money, chump. Now.
Okay, but I'm almost done with momentum.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's okay. Your story was good.
All right.
Momentum, you are your momentum. So you're not going to be gifted it. You create it, right? You create the momentum with your listings, with your buyers. When you're with your buyers, talk to them. Is their mom or dad moving to the area? I mean, dig out some stuff. You got to create it, and then you have to keep it.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Marissa. Amir.
So the one thing what I learned is whenever market changes, that's the time to invest more into marketing. So that's what I'm doing right now. So you have my 23 lead generation systems there on the table. So I'm investing more in the marketing right now, and that's my momentum now. So I love when the market changes. It's excellent.
Good. Very good. Tom.
So when I first started in real estate, remember I was 12 years old. So when I first started, I was failing miserably. And I had a great mentor, John Aberg. I was at an independent brokerage, Keller Williams Realty. He said, you know what? Let's go to PMA, Positive Mental Attitude Conference. And it was before it was even really popular or known, but we got in a plane, flew down to LAX, and we went to this amazing conference. And there was Clement Stone, there was Tommy Hopkins, there was, Jim Rohn. All of the lead speakers were there, and they taught basically 4 things, and I've stuck with these all my career. There's 4 things to succeed in real estate. Number 1 is mindset. Think big, growth-minded, positive mindset, constantly learning and growing, like Brent, right? And all of us. So number 1 is mindset. Number 2 is how you spend your time. Has to be extremely disciplined, doing the right thing in the right order, the Pareto principle, right? How you spend your time, put it in your calendar. The 3rd is who you spend your time with. We've already spoken about that. Get in big rooms, be the littlest guy in the room. And then number 4 is take massive, focused, consistent action. So the light went on, I came home, and I started calling expired listings and got out of my slump, and the rest is history. So there you go.
Absolutely love it. Fantastic. Give these guys a hand. This is really good.
Woo.
So we're going to pivot here, and we're going to give you a chance to ask them some questions, like maybe repeating a website or something. So I'm going to start over here. Now, before I do that, I want to say one thing to you. It's one of my favorite sayings, and it's really helpful in a market like this. Tony Robbins says it. He says there's 3 rules in life. Number 1, life isn't fair. I know some of you are really going through it right now. And I agree. It sucks and it's not fair what you're dealing with. Number two, you're entitled to nothing. You're not entitled to health care and education. Do you love it when your kids, if you have kids, think they're entitled to things? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that really great? And you're entitled. We can do it as adults. You're not entitled to anything. And number three, nobody's coming to rescue you. Like it's just not going to happen. You got to bootstrap it. You got to go caveman, cavewoman. This is the time you were made for this. And you succeed at the bottom. And we're scratching the bottom right now. You succeed here when this thing takes off. And it's going to be 12 to 24 to 36 months. But you get through this time, you will kill it in real estate. But you got to bare knuckle it now. And again, you do it hard, it gets easy. I don't want you to think it's going to be so hard. You go for it now. It's going to get easy even now, but when the market switches, oh my gosh, you'll have 18 to 28 listings at all times like I did. You'll go to Tahoe or Napa or Yosemite or Mount Shasta houseboating, and you'll come back and present 7 offers on 5 different listings and put 4 of them in escrow, and you houseboated all weekend. Does that sound good to anyone? Your life is going to be amazing. Do you believe it? And, we could have the negative mental attitude seminar. Who wants to go? We always make fun of a positive mental attitude, but sometimes we catch ourselves not having a positive mental attitude. The sky's falling. You better be positive. No one else can do it for you. You better see the good things. Be grateful. You got air in your lungs. You got eyes. You have ability to do this. So we're going to start here with questions. And then anybody else have questions in the room? I'm going to come to you next. Yeah, okay, good. Go ahead.
Larissa, what do you do to make your listings have babies? Obviously you talk to your clients. Who else do you know that wants to sell? But what else do you do?
To have my listings have babies? Yeah, listings have babies. Well, first off, the seller has family. So you need to information gather as you're creating that relationship, right? So maybe another family member, friend, cousin, second removed cousin, whoever. Open houses, okay? I am the open house queen. I do open houses religiously. I can milk a listing for all it's worth until it's dry and dead, okay? You have to do it. You have to connect, you have to be available. I do open houses during the week. I do them on the weekend. Thursday and Friday. Thursday's a sleeper day, but it's either super amazing or sleeping. Friday tends to be pretty good. And then you have your Saturday and Sunday.
What time do you start on Thursdays and Fridays?
It depends. It depends what time of year it is, what's happening in my community. I'm an expert in my community. I don't really span out huge. When I started in real estate, I said I'm going to be very narrow-minded. I didn't know if that was a good idea. It proved to be a good idea because I know my area. So for open houses, what's going on with the kids in the community? Are they in school? Are they out of school? Are we on summer? You just take all those things into account. So you can do a happy hour open. You can do a midday once the kids are in school. Maybe dads are at work, the moms are shopping before the weekend. So like at 10 a.m. is a good time. You want to be done before school pickup time. The weekend, taking into account Sundays, people go to church, so your time changed. Saturday, we have sports, so Saturday's a little tricky. So you got to be flexible. Maybe do a doubleheader Saturday.
Yeah.
That's how you have babies, honey.
I like it.
Okay.
I was
Those
thinking,
babies pay.
She's like, how do you listen to me? I was saying, well, it starts with a glass of wine. Okay. All right, Jason.
Do you feel it's important to have a morning routine? And if so, what is yours?
Is this at me again?
All 3 of you.
I was like,
Let's
yes, 100%. Oh, you want me to pass the mic?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, morning routine is huge. And making sure that it is the same every single morning to get your mindset correct. And what your morning looks like is different to everybody. Do you need that hour to have your coffee and read a book and calm yourself? Do you need that hour to have your coffee and go to the gym? Write down, every single morning I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes I write down a challenge in my life. So maybe you're going to think about it for the rest of the day. But you got to set your day. You decide what your day will bring, and you decide how you're going to respond to your day. So mornings are really, really important. And get up. I know you don't want to get up. I know your bed's cozy, but all the magic happens in the morning.
Woo!
Okay? Get up, people.
When I wake up in the morning, I literally jump up and start bouncing on all four legs next to my wife. Now you know why I'm in marriage counseling, right? I mean, she don't like that a bit, but I'm like, I'm so pumped, let's go. Like, really? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Amir.
My mornings are not very predictable with the small kids when you have to bring them to school and stuff. But yeah, bring kids to school. If I have time, I go for a bike ride Peloton ride or run, and then go to the office. And then my day starts. Yeah, and then my days are unpredictable. So depending on the meetings with agent attraction, with helping and coaching agents, etc. So it's not every day is the same.
That's good.
Well, I'm a morning person. Used to have a paper out when I was young, so wake up usually between 4:30 and 5. No alarm, just get up, go do the cold plunge. Get in the pool. No matter, don't think about it. No, don't negotiate. Just do it. Cold plunge. Drink 16 ounces of water. I do a little groundwork. I walk on the ground. It sounds kind of voodoo, but there's electromagnetic. Barefoot on the grass. Grounding. I do breath work. Wim Hof, just take 10 breaths, hold it 3 times. First sun, get some sun. Read the Bible, pray. Do a workout, then it's about 4:30. No. Spend a little time with my family, and I don't turn on my phone for the first hour. That's important. So it's kind of my routine. Then
Text early, though.
I do text early. That's right. She just sold my listing, my flip, and I was texting her, "Are we going to close? Let's close." So it is important to have a morning routine. Great question.
What time do you start your mornings?
I start at start in the office. I start at 8:30.
No. What time do you start your morning routine?
Oh, start my morning routine 5 o'clock plus or minus 5 a.m. plus or minus.
Nice. How about you?
I start at 5, and this is why you want to. If you win your mornings, you win your day. You don't want to.
Come on.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like you're behind the 8 ball, right? If you don't have a good morning, you're like, you're dying. You're like, why did I do this to myself? I should have gotten up. So. You don't want to do that.
It is okay if you don't get up at 5. It is okay. They're early people. I'm at night also.
I am not in early. I hate it.
I will send text message 2 a.m. but not at 5 a.m. Right? So I'm an evening night person. So kids are asleep, and after 10 p.m. is the most productive time.
What time do you go to bed?
12 to 1. Last night was 1 o'clock, right? But
Mi amigo.
So you're winning your night. Win your night.
What time do you get up in the morning?
7:30.
7:30.
Yeah.
6:45. We're not competing though.
Okay.
All right.
You have to sleep in a little bit. Yeah.
I'm solar powered. When the sun goes up, I get up. When the sun goes down, I go down. I go to bed anytime from 8:30 until 10 o'clock.
That just freaks me out to even hear that. I mean, I could not go to bed.
Sleep is important.
That's good. No, everyone's got a way of doing it. Okay, I saw a hand over here. No, Jason, did you just ask your question? I saw one over there next. Anybody? Barry, and then we'll come here.
So somebody right now is trying to do lead generation. They're trying to get out there and make it. They got $500 a month that they can spend. How would you spend that $500?
I have 23 lead generations here. If you wanted to know what it is, you can text me. I'll send you the description. Yeah, that's my number there, 916-4 million. Just put a real estate puzzle. I'll send you the list. But if you see the tiers of advertising, the tier 1 is 0 to 200. So you can do the advertising in lead generation with $0. Either you need time, you have time or money. If you don't have money, you have time, and vice versa, right? But $500. So what I would do, you do EDDM. My listings do make babies too, but to answer your question, what I do mailers around the listing. So mailers, you wanted each listing to make at least one baby to. So at least one listing to make one baby to keep the family alive. If you have 2 babies or more, you're growing your family, right? So you wanted 2 or more listings. So I do EDDM, every door direct mail, and hyper-targeted mailers. They are not expensive, guys. Hyper-targeted mailers, if you get a mailer's permit in your local post office, you're sending a letter at 28 cents to 30 cents instead 56 cents. You have half of the cost, so you can send a double of number of mailers. Right? So for $500, I'm going to give you one tip here, which is worth of money what you pay for the ticket today. So what I was doing after for expired and canceled, if I have $500, I would probably spend this on reaching out to expired and canceled. But you have to be careful. They're getting bombarded with the other agents' letters and postcards. So this is what I've been doing. So you find the expired and canceled. They have both names on it. Same last name, husband and wife. And you write a letter to the husband's name only, okay? And no wife's name, keep that in mind. And you spray a letter, an envelope with the lady's perfume. So if the husband gets...
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was a good ROI, trust me, try. A lady's perfume, you buy cheap perfume, don't buy expensive one. But with a strong perfume. So, and then if the husband gets the letter, I would say probably 80% chance to get it open. If the wife gets the letter, 100% chance. So because opening rate, and of course you have to test the letter so to be more powerful. Right?
It's a good open rate, okay.
That's what I would do with $500.
All right.
You want me to go now?
Yeah, if you want.
I would keep the $500 and maybe spend $5 to $10 for a coffee and sit publicly in a local cafe with your laptop open. Because if you're working at home, no one's seeing you. Chances if you're there, someone might talk to you, right? Then you're going to open your phone because you have a lot of contacts in there. And you're going to call people because that's free. And those people know people, right? And then maybe you're going to peruse on social media. Don't spend too much time on there. But maybe something on there will say, oh, this person seems like I haven't talked to them in a while. And you're going to call them. Then you are going to go on to your MLS, and everybody should have an area of expertise, whatever that is. You should know if a listing in your area went expired or canceled. Every day, check it every single morning. And you're going to go to their door. You're not going to send a letter because they're going to throw away your letter. But they can't throw you away when you're at their door. They have to answer. Yeah, and you show up with something. You never go empty-handed. I'm Italian. You bring a plant, you bring a candle, you bring something where they're going to remember you. And they're going to remember you because you're a surprise. You're a surprise.
It's good.
Who is this in the polka dot right here? I adore you.
That is Christy Painter.
Oh, hi. Thank you. She always like, that's good, honey. We need to connect.
So I would, are we
Oh,
good?
sorry, we're done.
Yeah. So I would go with the core 4, okay? A lead generation chair needs to have 4 pillars, right? 4, still, you know what I mean? So the core 4 in lead generation is, number 1 is our database. We're really only good as our database and our sphere of influence, and we need to constantly build it every single day. So number 1 is our database. Number 2 is open houses. I would double down on open houses. If you want to double your income, hold twice as many open houses. Hold open houses that are twice as expensive, and on and on. So open, and you know what your goal is? The goal, what's the goal of an open house? Anybody? To book a rock solid appointment, right? So many people, oh, I got 10 names and numbers, 20 names and numbers. Who gives a flip, right? I mean, book a rock solid appointment. Even if you have 1 million people coming through like a mirror, focus on one person, connect with them, let everybody else go by, and book an appointment. That's your goal. And then the third is geographic farming. I would do geo-farming with the door knocking that I mentioned. And then the fourth is online and outbound marketing and videos. In fact, Brent, do we have a time for a quick PowerPoint here? Rob, let's go with the PowerPoint. I'm going to show you. So there's a key to marketing right now. Everybody is doing videos, right? So there's 5 keys to doing a video. Okay, and the number one thing is a hook. You have to have a hook because everyone's online, they're scrolling. You have to have a hook with any video that you do. So number one, because people will see it and they'll stop scrolling, so you have to have a hook, okay? And then number 2, oh, I've got the clicker right here. Oh, thanks, Rob. Number 2, okay, so you have to have the hook. And I've got 80 of them. In fact, you can email me or text me or, message me on Facebook. I'll get you all of the different hooks, okay? So that's the hook. It's mandatory. It's an attention grabber. Okay, then from here is the introduction. Hi, I'm Tom Daves with eXp Realty. It's important, obviously, to introduce yourself, state who you are. And then number 3 is supporting information. Facts tell, stories sell. So, but you have to have market information and market updates so you can have supporting documentation and info. And then the next is a testimonial. Okay, and again, this goes back to the facts tell, stories sell. Tell a story about someone that you've helped before. And then from there is a call to action. So give me a call, 855-TOM-DAVES. So just wanted to share, and again, I've got, this PowerPoint worksheet. Just private message me and I can shoot it over to you and get you some of these are the 80 hook examples. So it's really, really key to do videos. So I'm just going to give you an example of a video that we can share using these, hey, the hook is, hey guys, I bet you thought right now is not a great time to buy with interest rates so high and with people complaining about multiple offer situations. Why would you even want to consider buying a home right now, right? So that's kind of the hook. That's the attention grabber. And then, hi, I'm Tom Daves with eXp Realty, and I was just reviewing the market stats. And what's important to know about the market stats right now is that inventory is actually going up. Days on market is actually going up. And so you have to show this. And so there's actually a silver lining for our buyers. And right now, we're able to help our buyers. We just recently helped a buyer get in a home. We were able to negotiate a $15,000 credit back. And now they're in this home. Yeah, interest rates are a little bit higher. And, that's not really fun. But if we can get you in a home and you can take advantage of appreciation, then, give us a call. So a couple of details about that. There you go. Thanks.
Real quick, Tom, give us one hook, one basic hook, like in your video. You're making a video, and give us a one that comes to mind.
So, well, interest rates are really high right now, but you know what? Don't let it worry you. Okay, hang on. Let me grab some hooks. Okay.
All right. Okay, I'll give you one right now. I just helped a couple buy a beautiful home in Newcastle, and they put 0 down, 0 out of pocket. So if you would like to buy a beautiful home around town, call me. It's a grant program. They will give you the money for the down payment. You got to call me right now. Is that a hook? That makes them want to call. So that was.
I can give you one more hook.
Give me one more, Amir.
So negative hooks is always good. 5 reasons why you shouldn't buy a house in today's market. Ooh. People will watch this video, and then you explain to them, so you shouldn't buy a house if you're planning to rent forever. You shouldn't buy a house if you don't want to build your retirement.
You shouldn't buy a house if you pay too much.
Yeah. So, and then, that hook will bring 5 reasons why you shouldn't join EXP. That videos have more views than reasons why you shouldn't join EXP. Right?
I know a guy who bought a house and died. Read the article. Anyways, all right. That was good. Yes, Christy.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you guys for being here and just listening to all of you speak. There's so much wisdom and just your everyday language that we pick up. So thank you for that. I'm taking notes as fast as I can. But my question is, is when we start talking about pipelines and building, the first thing we're talking about is going back, open houses, calling, and not talking about social media. So my question is, in this state and the way things are changing so much, which do you feel is more relevant in today's market as far as, I honestly,
So you're saying social media or actual prospecting?
obviously it's both, right? They're both.
Well, let's let them answer, right? But you're asking them
Are you
which
going in
one. And real quick, I want to start doing faster answers. Go ahead.
Well, okay. It's not going to be that fast. Number one on my list is SMTM, is the social media targeted marketing. You can target people on Facebook based on the life-changing events. Life-changing events meaning buyers and sellers for us. So you can target people living in Sacramento, 50-mile radius around Sacramento, and they age, whatever age you put, 20 to 35 or 25 to 65, and they got engaged last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. What we know they're engaged, and we know they're going to be probably getting married within 12 months. So life-changing event, big life-changing event, so they have to have a place to live, either rent or buy. So we're going after highly motivated buyers. You can do reverse too. You can target people, they have changed their relationship from being in a relationship or married to divorce, or even worse, being in a relationship and they change to it's complicated. And trust me, somebody's changing on Facebook from whatever relationship they have to it's complicated, it is complicated. So, and then only these people will see your ad. And then you can add one more filter. Only people they work for Sutter, Kaiser hospitals, Intel, whatever, it's a high-paid employers. And target people that way.
Good.
Okay, I'm going to get stoned for this. I do not like social media. Okay?
Grab your stones.
Okay, guys. It's not personal. You do not connect. Look down at your phone. You're not connected. You're touching somebody. He probably doesn't want me to touch him. I'm touching him.
Your hands are cold. Your hands are cold.
It's cold up here. But I feel him. This is where it matters, okay? On social media, it is so, I know I'm going to get way comments for this later, so saturated, okay? And they are scrolling because you're boring, because there's a million of them. Is this too honest, Brent?
No, there's different ways to do it.
Here's how you have to be different, though. You have to find, if everyone's going right, go left, okay? My videos, yes, I'm on social media. My videos, I'm not talking. Guess who's talking for me about me? My clients.
That's good.
I'm interviewing behind the camera. Hey, Sandy and Anchor, are you excited about your new house? Yeah, they're doing it for me.
It's good.
They're selling it. Then I'm tagging them and their family's seeing it, right? So social media, necessary evil. There's so much more involved in it. It's super saturated. And so I'm sorry, I'm going to be stoned for that. I know.
No, it's fine. No.
Okay, I know.
Nope.
Amir, I know. You're going to get me.
No, don't mix two things. The social media, social site, you have to build. That takes a long time. Yeah. I'm talking about paid targeted marketing on social media. Yeah, paid targeted marketing, hyper-targeted, you have ROI, return on investment, whatever. You spend $10 a day, you can get, $1,000 a day, you get a listing or whatever.
No, you're right. This is not, I'm not told this. Okay, I got you, boo. Okay. You have to touch, so if I'm not doing social media, which I am a little bit, you have to commit. I will touch 10 people today. I will literally talk to 10 people. If they allow me to touch them, I'm going to touch them. Okay?
You mean like physically touch them?
Like I'm going to touch them. Even if it's at...
Feels good.
It
cool.
feels good.
It's a high touch seminar, okay.
If we're at getting coffee, whatever, okay? You got to make it a point to do that.
Prospecting-based, marketing enhanced. Does that sound like Bill Pipes or what? You have to prospect. Prospecting-based, marketing enhanced. And so 3 quick things for marketing. You have to have a great audience. You have to have a great message, and you have to have great frequency over and over.
And I can add for lead generation, like Marissa said, if everybody's going right, you go left. So how many of you here is doing like calling for sale by owners, door knocking, and going all these prospecting? Anybody? It should be probably 80% of the room. Yeah. No, doing the lead generation. Yeah. But how many of you doing advertising on Craigslist? Nobody. 1, very good. 2. 2 out of 100 is going to be probably 2. I will be surprised. It's typically 1 out of 1,000 because Craigslist sucks, people think. Very good. I don't have competition. I have less competition. You have less competition because nobody else. And when I say Craigslist, I'm meaning other free classified ads, such as Facebook Target Marketplace. You just Google it, free classified ads. All this free. And now the key is actually you have to post those ads 8:30 to 9, 11:30 to 12, and 5 to 6, those 3 times only. How the heck are you going to do that? Because we're sitting here in the room, and now you have to place the ad. It's 11:30. What I do, I hire a VA, which is the typical $1, but I'm paying double. I'm paying $2 an hour, and they need 5 hours a week, $10, and do all the posting. In Philippines or India or Bangladesh, typically for $2.
Very good. Very good.
8:30 to 9, 11:30 to 12, and 5 to 6. You want it to be on the first page of the wall of ad when the people getting to the office. Hey, let me check before I start working. And before the lunch hour, 11:30 to 12, and when they get home, 5 to 6. Good idea, because a lot of corporate jobs are not allowing people to access Instagram, Facebook on their corporate computers, but they can access one social media called LinkedIn, because it's professional network. Leverage this.
That's good.
I post on LinkedIn, and people in corporate America can see my post.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good. Yes.
Okay, I was door knocking yesterday in my neighborhood where I sold a house last week, and I only got 7 people to open the door, and and then it got hot, and so it kind of took me out, and I went home. So how do you keep up? I mean, obviously it's the numbers I need to be doing to
Yeah, so with door knocking, it's great to door knock, any time during the day, but actually the best time is between 3 and 5. A lot of people are home, they get home from work, and if they're not home, a lot of people have a Ring doorbell. You can go ahead and leave a message right there. You can say, hey, it's Tom Days, EXP Realty. So you don't have to be great, you just have to be consistent over and over and over.
Intentional with your door knocking. So I'm sure you have a title company or someone you like to work with. So when you're in that neighborhood, find out, are you knocking on a door where they just moved in? That's a waste of time. Find out the homes in the neighborhood. Maybe they're going through a divorce. Maybe they're going to be empty nesters. You can do that, and then you can do a neighborhood quicker, but you're going to get more yeses.
Yeah.
Okay.
What Lisa says is targeted door knocking. I'm not a big fan. I have done door knocking, but do not do the neighborhood door knocking, because like she said, so you don't know, maybe they just bought a house last month, so they're not going to be moving. But get a list of people they stressed, or open house. If you do open house, you get 1 more hour or so for VIP open houses, and door knock. Because if you just do the neighborhood door knocking, it's very good if you wanted to stay in shape, getting your steps. Yeah, but
And then you can freak them out because you know information about them when they answer.
yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Right? And then you're a surprise. Remember, you want to be a surprise. That's how you're remembered.
Yes, yes. Now, again, she said you want to touch people and stuff. For the men, shake hands, okay? So you do not have permission to touch
I'm a
people.
toucher.
The lady, they can do it. We cannot. I'm not even joking. I mean, be like really professional there. Real quick before I take some more questions, I'm gonna come right over to you. I want to say this: success is a math problem, and I'll prove it to you. Who here's talked to 200 people in the last 10 days about buying or selling real estate, commercial real estate, luxury real estate? Stand up, 200 people. So it's just a discipline. So my question is, could you talk to 20 people today? You could, but did you do it the last 20 days? No, because you're a wandering generality. And it's like, well, that's not my goal to do that. And I get it. Wasn't mine either. I didn't do it either. But when you go, I need to do this like I need to breathe. And you get it done in the morning, right? Get done by 1. Get it done in the morning. And then if you do 20 a day for 10 days, how many have you talked to? 200. How do you know? If at one bite at a time, you break it down in small bites, like incremental, not monumental. 20 people today. You could. And you should, and you'll get good quick. But if you talk to 200 people in the past 10 days, you'd have homes in escrow right now. It's that simple. You overcomplicate it. So I have a great example here in this room. We'll go back to the questions. But I have a gentleman in this room who called me for years. And it's no, until it's a yes. Right? And he wasn't rude. I wasn't bothered. He kept following with me. He kept wanting to consult with me. He kept wanting to do training programs with me. He was the #1 Tony Robbins coach in America at one point for Tony Robbins. And I was just busy doing other things. And he kept, years went by, years and years and years and years. And he kept staying in touch. I was in his database. He was doing the things. He's a very successful guy. Today, he works for me. And he's on a consulting basis. And he's a big superstar. We have a prospecting weekly event every Wednesday. We're launching it today. So it's next Wednesday. It's going to go for 12 weeks. It's $80,000 to be a part of this. $80,000. And so you got to ask yourself, do you have $80,000? Like, remember, he's spending $5,000-6,000 a month on a coach. He did $1,500 a month, and he went from 15 to 20 sales to 51 sales. And you start doing that. So should I invest $80,000? Kids will do 50. Now here's the good news. I did it. I paid the $80,000. So if you want to be a part of this program for the next 12 weeks, it'll cost you nothing but you taking some action. You don't have to pay a penny. I paid the $80,000. Now I'm not one thing. So here's the deal. Tony Robbins also says this, there's Jesus, and he's way better. But then there's Tony Robbins, which is close, Jesus, Tony. Now, so Tony says, take immediate action. Stop going, oh, I should do that. Like, do it now. So Eric Lofholm, right there, raise your hand, Eric. He's in the back of the room. He is going to be the next Zig Ziglar / Tony Robbins. Come up here. He is doing a prospecting accountability group, and he's going to teach you how to prospect like a machine. It's $80,000 to be a part of this. Again, I paid it. You just get to be a part of it. I wish you paid it. The more you pay, the more you pay attention. Like, if you dropped $80,000 in the next 12 weeks, would you be there? Would you miss? Would you sit on the edge of your seat, ready to take notes? And then would you implement? He's going to give this to you starting this Wednesday. But talk to him a little bit about it, and then give out your phone number. He's going to give us a cell phone number. I want you to text him from the table if you feel called to this. Like, I want to talk to 200 people in the next 10 days. I want to have listings and buyers. I want to succeed for my family. If that's you, don't go, I should do that. You text him and say, I'm in. My name's Brent Gove. I was at the event. I'd like to be a part of your deal. And does that sound good to everyone? But tell them a little bit about it, Eric.
So is there anyone here that would be interested in being professionally trained in prospecting? I can get you to mastery level if you want it that bad. Some of you might not want to get to mastery. The bottom line is it'll help you make a lot more money. And as Brent said, he's already paid for this. There's no cost. So if you can just write my cell phone down or pull out your cell phone right now and just send me a text and just put the word prospecting.
Oh, it's up on the screen. Look how good.
Wow.
Thank you, Rob.
That is amazing.
That is cool.
Rob didn't know I was coming up here. There's my cell phone. Just pull out your phone right now.
Text him.
Send me a text and just write the word prospecting.
And it's every Wednesday at what time?
Wednesday at noon. What we're doing is we're coming on a Zoom, and I'm going to train you, or I'm going to have people like Tom, guests on, experts like him, come and train you, and then we're going to prospect right on the Zoom. So you block out an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, you get trained, and we actually do reach outs. And I'm going to give you a skill set that you're going to have for the rest of your life. I've done over 100,000 prospecting outreaches in my career. And I learned I used to be afraid when I prospected. I was filled with fear and anxiety. And now I can prospect anybody, people like Brent, no fear or anxiety, and I can teach you how to do that.
Yep.
So I'd love to help any of you that would like my help, and I'll turn it back over to Brent.
All right. Thank you very much, Eric. Give him a hand. That is a step in the right direction. Every one of you should say, I'm just going to go and do it. And then get to work. Okay. Mr. Adidas there in the back. How you doing? I love that shirt, dude. You look good.
I'm doing well. Good. I have a question for Amir. When you ask permission to bring the 50 buyers and they say yes, do you actually hold an open house or do you just put it on direct?
When they say yes, I say, when can I come to see your house? So my goal on the phone is actually to set up meeting face to face. And when I go there, I see the house first, because I don't know if I can take your listing. I don't know if I can take your project. I have to see it first. Takeaway approach, because I wanted to see if I wanted to work with you, and vice versa, you work with me. So and then I pitched USA Home Bits a platform.
Very good. Excellent.
listing there. So you go to listing appointment with a listing agreement. You know, a lot of agents, I know they go to listing appointment without listing agreement. What is this, networking event with the seller? No, you go there to sign the listing agreement. That's it, nothing else.
Networking event with the seller. I like that. That's good. Okay. Next question, in the back. Brand new agent. What would they do?
So if I were the new agent, I know we have few new agents, right? So first work on your sphere of influence. You know, get a list. If you don't have KV Core, get a spreadsheet, right? Everybody who you know, friends, family from friends, and friends from family, anybody who knows you. And now you need to let them know you're in the real estate, right? And you have to be careful how to do this. So if you send them a letter or email, a message, hey, I'm Amir, I just got real estate license, call me if you're looking to buy or sell the house. Think about it. If you have a house of 500,000, why should you give to Amir? He's brand new. Brand new, right? So, and then that's your biggest asset, right? If I don't want to be in the plane with a pilot who is flying the first flight. They don't tell us until we land, which is good. But the same here. So you send a letter, so you actually leverage your team. So you're part of a great company, XP Realty, me and my team, right? So we're in business X amount of years, and then let me know about if anybody has real estate needs and stuff. So because you need to let them know. And the one thing what I also would do, if you do people in your neighborhood where you live know that you're real estate agents? Actually, let me rephrase the question. Do people know that you are not a realtor? Nobody? Then you get a bunch of listings in your neighborhood, right? Which is probably a lie. So here's the easiest way how to let your neighbors know that you're a realtor without telling them, without asking them for real estate, help. I mean, if they need any help. So one of my system here is a CE, I believe 15 or 16. It's community event. So you get a dumpster, a 40-yard dumpster, and then a park in front of your house. Okay, it's about $700, $600. Before that, you do EDDM, every door direct mail, which is only 18 cents. 18 cents. You said 1,000 EDDMs for $180.
Let's see where he's going.
Okay, and you order on a cheap vinylsigns.com, a vinyl sign 20 feet long, 4 or 5 feet high, with your name there, your neighborhood realtor, your name, your picture, if you wanted the picture, and contact information, and send a letter. The best would be in spring. Your neighborhood realtor is offering free spring cleaning. From this day to this day, you can come to my house, dump your stuff without no chemicals, no whatever is not allowed, and then and your information there. I'm not asking them if they know somebody who is looking to buy and sell the house. I'm giving them value, and you do this every year. Everybody in your neighborhood will know that you're a realtor. You will not get other real estate signs in your street.
Everybody order a dumpster right now. Take immediate action. That was a really creative idea.
I don't have any affiliation with dumpsters.
I love it. Quick thoughts over here.
Get involved in your community and something you're passionate about, so it fits you and you're authentic to it.
Love it.
And create a schedule every day. If it's not on your schedule, it doesn't exist. It's going to feel weird because you're like, oh, I'm going to talk. This is my client hour, and you don't have a client. But you're still going to have that hour because you're going to have a client. Create what you're going to do every single day. It's about consistency.
Good.
Just get out your phone and call everyone in your phone. And if you have too many to call in one day, do the A to Z calling game. So in other words, today, call all the A's. Tomorrow, call all the B's, so forth.
Yeah, I love it. There was a guy I met a few years ago down in L.A., and he was the quarterback for the Rams when they won the Super Bowl like 30 years ago. And he had Super Bowl Realty. You know, and obviously he gets so much business for this. They're like, oh, Super Bowl. And like, yeah, I recognize you. And he's like, yeah, it's the quarterback for the Rams. He goes, wait, when they won the Super Bowl? But he played off it. You know, you could do hunting, motorcycles, you know, all the different things you're passionate about. There's one guy I just met, Steven, the rapping realtor, famous guy on YouTube, does real estate raps, just joined EXP, and he's killing it. But he is into that. You know, I'm into golf. Maybe you're into fishing. But your passion, I thought that was really good. So well done. Other questions for these guys? We have time for like one or two more questions. Yes, in the back, and then over here.
So I know you guys talked about mindset, and in life, especially in real estate, we all know it goes up and down. When you find yourself slipping into
good question.
Just-
Fast answers. Here we go.
Just take action. Just, put something, plug in a podcast, whether it's from a pastor. I struggle with anxiety. So last week I was just down, I was bummed out. So I looked up anxiety and I found Rick, I forget his name, but anyway, Rick Warren, thank you. Found a great podcast on anxiety and just listened to it. And he said 5 things. Number 1, prayer. Number 2, Word of God. Number 3, community, connect with others. Number 4, lifestyle changes. And then number 5, sometimes medication. So that's what I do.
I'm going to go with ignore it. When you put up how our market is, I had no idea our market was bad. I mean, I seriously.
Give her a hand. Give her a
okay?
hand.
I was shocked. I was like, it's really that bad? Wow, okay. Ignore it. Choose where you put your energy. When you surround people and are like, can you believe this market? What are you going to do in the winter? It's an opportunity market. Ignore it. I didn't even know it was bad, girlfriend. Okay, we just rocking through it.
Very good.
You cannot avoid getting to negative mindset. Everybody does at some point. But you need to surround yourself with positive mindset people, power of proximity, right? So you have to have 3, 4, 5 people around you who will lift you up or help you with, let's go to the open house, let's do this lead generation system, let's do this, or just go for coffee and talk, right? If not, nothing else. But the power of proximity, I truly believe into it.
Text me.
Yeah.
Feeling bad today. I'll tell you why you shouldn't.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Alex.
Yeah, so we talked about all these ways that we generate leads. We're doing open houses, we have mailers, we're calling our database and that sort of thing. What's the best way to track and monitor that business so no leads left behind? And we really focused on that top 10% that you're going to transact with, and at the same time, keeping in touch with the rest of the database that you want to move into that 10%.
It's very, very good question because you have to know your numbers. If you don't know the numbers, how can you improve? I mean, what am I improving? So if you don't know how fast you ride the bike, so how can you improve the riding or whatever, right? So, for example, whenever I do the mailers or something, I track, even in the simplest Excel spreadsheet. So like my last one is 3D. So that was my best ROI. So I send letters in a medical bottle. I buy the medical bottle, which is like 15 cents, and you put your letter in a bottle and put a bottle in the back. And you put a label on the back and you send to the expireds. 100% opening rate. I would be surprised if it's less than 100%. Everybody will open to see what the heck is inside the bag, and they will see what's inside the bottle. So if you send regular letters, even if you spray with a perfume, it's not 100%. But with the 3D mailers, it's 100%. The disadvantage is it costs more money. So I spent $970. I got $27,000 in return ROI in commissions. 30x. 30x. Listen again. So $970, less than $1,000 what I spent, $27,000 in commission. That's good. If you don't know, it's good. Right?
We didn't talk about this, but I just want to touch on it, lead gen in particular. Your clients, past clients, are your lead gen too. Don't forget about them. We're not just knocking on doors, expireds. Those people know you and love you. They will give you work. You have to ask for it.
Yes, so what I have a spreadsheet, so each lead is worth differently. So SOI leads are worth the most. So you need 27, in my experience, 27 leads to get one transaction. Let's say 30 leads, right? So if you wanted to get one transaction per month, you need 30 leads per month, but not online leads. Online leads is less valuable than face-to-face leads or open house leads. They're more valuable. I have a whole formula, so I forgot on top of my head, but like online lead is 1 to 100. Face-to-face lead is 1 to 15, 1 to 25. So you need only 2 of these leads or whatever, 3 of these leads to get a transaction. Now, if you know your numbers, it's very easy to set up the plan for next year. How many transactions you wanted to close? Let's say 20, you need 20 times 30, you need 600 leads. 600 leads, 600 divided by 12 is 50. You need 50 leads per month, which is about 1.8 per day. You need to create 1.8 every day, including Christmas, New Year's, every day, to close 20 transactions. If you know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you just wing it. Whatever happens, happens. It's not good. Steve Jobs didn't start Apple with not knowing his numbers. We wouldn't have iPhones today. We wouldn't have Tesla cars if Elon Musk didn't know his numbers.
Yep. Give him a hand. Good job, guys. All right. One more thing as we wrap this up that I did that was helpful was I got a yellow notepad and put hot buyers. And you meet all these people. You're talking to 10 people a day, 20 people a day. But then you go, okay, but who just, you met Christy Painter at an open house and you fell in love with her and she was amazing. You guys were vibing. She's going on my hot buyer list. I meet Jason Hamilton at another open house down in Elk Grove. He's from Elk Grove. That's where I started my career. I sold my first 60 homes in Elk Grove. I'm like, oh, that guy was cool. We were digging each other and he seemed to really be interested. Because some people you meet, you barely get the information, correct? And you're like stretching, like they don't make my hot buyer list. I go, man, we were digging it. Boom, Jason's on there. I remember putting 25 on a yellow notepad. Name, phone number, what they were looking for, city, 3-bedroom, 2-bath minimum 1,500 square feet, minimum, no more than $500,000 or 400 or 300 or whatever. And I had 25. I sold 18 of them a home. I called him. I said, oh, my God, Jason, I found this. And Jason, I'm just letting you know, I shoot him a text. I looked today, I hadn't seen anything, but I'll be back on tomorrow. And every single day, I worked that list. I worked it. Christy, I found one. I got your house. Now, it's not in Elk Grove. It's out off Grant Line, but it's in the country. It's on a half an acre. But check this out. Boom, it hit the market an hour ago. I can't send you pictures. It's too new. Because they're going to say, can you send it to me? I can't. It's too new. Can you get off work? And there was an intensity. I sold 18 at 25 a home. I did it with sellers, hot sellers list, listed homes like crazy. Because you ever forget about them? Where are they? I get all this stuff. So, there's KV Core, there's a database, but I like getting it to a sheet of paper, and I worked that thing like a dog, and I was selling homes like crazy. So for whoever you needed that, that's the old man style, but it works, okay? Last thing I want to say as we wrap up today's panel is, first of all, did these guys do a great job today? Were they amazing? Yeah. You guys were so good, really good. And I also want to commend you. There were over 60 of you that texted Eric to be a part of that Wednesday program. Again, please treat it like you spent $80,000, not my $80,000. You spent $80,000. Don't miss that. Pull over in your car. Be a part of that Zoom. Make some calls. Prepare to succeed. And if you didn't do it now. Text him right now. Let's throw his phone number back up on the screen if you could. He deleted it. That's fine. It's fine. Get his phone number from your neighbor if you didn't do it. Like, hey, you got that number? I didn't do it. I'm going to be 61, 62, 63. It's for you. We want to help you. And you could do that if you're a RE/MAX agent, Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams. We love you, man. We are family. We're in real estate. You got kids. We got kids. Me, casa, su casa. You guys with me? Yeah. My new office is your office. Come on down, hang out, work out. Let's help each other. It matters that you succeed for your husband, your wife, and your family. Are you with me? It matters. If you're single here, your goals, your dreams, your wants, your desires are important. We care. On that last note, I want to do this right here. You guys, give them a hand. I'm going to excuse them here. Go ahead. Thank you. Really good, you guys. Really good. Just throw the mic right there. It's great. But right here, this is, in my opinion, the highlight of what's going to happen in Sacramento this year. This event, I remember I was a Keller Williams team leader. I bought 33 guests. And they were so blown away with what they learned, they switched to Keller Williams. 18 of them switched in the next month or two. And so it was powerful because they weren't getting it at their brokerages. And right now, the largest training events in Sacramento are EXP. But if RE/MAX is doing one, go. If Keller Williams is doing one, go. But we're doing this one. And we have one of the top trainers in the world coming. I got to confirm it. We're 99%, so I'm not going to let the name out. But it's 9 to noon. You're going to get a workbook. You're going to have a plan for buyers. You're going to have a plan for sellers. Not a wish list, not a hope, but strategies, daily disciplines, goals, things you could do. X plus Y equals Z. I do this, this, and this, and this. I'm going to hit this. And you're going to have a roadmap. You're going to have a step-by-step plan to succeed. This is a big deal. And if you've got a group, a team, you need to get every single one of them. Like this date, November 16th, 9 to noon, if you show property, you just blew it. If you went on a listing and listed a $2 million listing, you blew it. This is so much more important getting a roadmap to success for next year, for 2024, than that listing. Put the listing off, put the bar off. This time is sacred and work on it. You're going to leave there with a business plan for 2024, a roadmap, a strategy, clarity. How many think clarity is power? How many think, I'm not sure what to do? Is that power? No, it is not. And this, man, go to bed early, wake up and come, have a cup of coffee, tea, whatever you got to do, and get on the edge of your seat. This is going to set you up to succeed in 2024. And every one of you should be here with like 4 or 5 friends. This room should be jam-packed wall to wall. And I promise you, I absolutely promise you, if you get here at 9, you'll be standing. You will not have a seat at a table. We'll probably move to rectangular tables, classroom style. This thing will be blown out. This is the highlight event of the year. And I would not show up at 9 a.m. or 10 to 9. I get here about 8:30. Get yourself a good seat, and we're going to rock it. Sound good? All right, you guys. That does it for today. Love you. Go get them. Go be successful.